Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be looking at the Olight S1R BATON EDC torch. So it's an unboxing and there's going to be a review, but I'm going to be doing the review over a short period of time. It will be on this video, so after we've done the unboxing, stay tuned and you'll see the review as well. So I want to give it a proper test, so it's not going to just be an unboxing and a quick look at and all the specs. As anyone knows, when I do reviews, I don't really care much about their specs, and telling you, basically reading what the box says, what's the point? You want to see what the light does. So we're going to actually use the light and actually do a real world review on it, not just talk specs, because they don't mean anything. Let's get out there and actually use it. So let's start the unboxing. What's this say? Warning, don't short out the rings, the center and the outer ring, because that's where you charge it. So you can short that out by touching things on it like metal. So if it's in a pocket with coins and that, you've got to be careful. This says read me. Okay, before use there's a tab in there you need to pull out between the battery, I imagine, like, you know, usual things with batteries, saves it from going dead and stuff when it's in transit. It shows you how to do it. So let's have a look at that, put that aside. It's a little baggie. So what we got here is the little soft case they give you. I should say I was sent this torch by Olight from Laura at Olight. So thanks to Laura for sending it me to do a review. Big instructions. All the specs are on there. I'll do some photographs and put these on. I'm not going to go through it. You can read it if you want to, because what really matters is how the torch works and what you're going to get out of it and how it works. I'm not really into the specs. And here's the torch itself. Let's try and get it out. Empty box. Tiny little torch. And accessories by the look of it. So we've got a small lanyard. It's quite nice actually. It's got a button adjustable on that. The charger is magnetic, and then your torch will go onto there. Let's get the torch out. It's got a clip on it, so you pull it down and then it'll pull up out of the box. And then the charge, it does pull it on. Magnetic, so yep, that basically wants to attach. So we need to remove that tab from inside, so let's have a look at that. There it is. Tab out, put that to the side. That is dinky. That's a dinky little torch. Look at it. It's the size of your finger. That's dinky. So on and off, standard. I have to go through the manual and find out, because I've only just unboxed it myself. I don't know yet. But on the review I'll go through all of that. One of the reasons I like this, and I like the look of it straight away, is that when you're out and about, you don't always have free hands, do you, to do anything, especially if you want to, I don't know, put up a tarp and it's dark or getting dark. You can't really hold a torch and do that. So what I like about it is that I could probably easily put this onto the hat with that clip. Let's see how easy it is to do. And that's on. So now you can work hands-free and you can see everything. That's perfect. That's what I think I would like it for the most. It's hands-free use. And if you're walking around in the woods, you've got yourself a light, and that's perfect. I mean, how does it get any better than that? So like I say, we'll go through all the modes, and that'll be up in very shortly. Don't leave. It's not another video, it's this video. It's just I'm going to film it over some time, and I'll go through it all with you. And we look at what its limitations are and what it's recommended it can be done with it. So back to you soon.
Every time I think I'm gonna wake up back in the jungle. Every time I think I'm gonna wake up back in the jungle.
Okay, let's talk about the way this connects for the charger. There's an outer ring and a center ring. The outer ring's magnetic. The center ring is dished and set back in, so when the magnet's on something it doesn't touch the inner, because if you short them out there's a problem. That center pin in the charger it presses in on a spring, so it always touches correctly on the center pin when it's touching on charge. So it's a magnetic fit, is perfect. The size of it, as you can see, is smaller than a credit card, and I've put it against some money in the UK, so you can see there's some pound coins, 5p's and 10p's. So you can see the size of the torch. It is micro. Now let's have a look at some water tests I did. These are the water tests. Right, so the first thing I wanted to do in the water test is stick it in the rain. So it's been out in the rain on this log now. I've moved it about for about 20 minutes and the rain got progressively heavier. So I'm pretty pleased with it. Just stayed on and carried on working. No faults with it at all. And it was getting absolutely saturated in the rain. So the next step was to get it in something a bit deeper. So I threw it into a puddle. And it sat in the puddle for again 15-20 minutes. I thought, you know, just sitting there is okay, but what if I kick it about, cover it in some dirt, and see how that goes. So I did. Give it a kick about, flicked loads of dirt and rubbish over it, because it's supposed to be IP, well it is IP68 waterproof rated, so it should be able to go down to 1.5 meters at least. So this is a standard real world test, what would happen if you dropped it in a puddle out in the woods. So I found a bigger puddle and threw it into that. And luckily it was on, because once that clouds up you can't really see it. Even with it on it started to disappear. So yeah, it's fine. I did these water tests and I wasn't completely thinking to myself, is this enough or should I just submerge it a lot more? But I didn't have the access to any large water places there. So I went off the next day and found somewhere deeper, and I stick it in on a bit of paracord. I lower it into quite a deep sort of lake, and that's where it's not just a water test, it's a pressure test. But I would say I wouldn't want to test this in the see this on the back of the torch, it's picked up metal from that puddle. That's on the magnet. So there are little shards of metal in that puddle. Yeah, I wouldn't want to test this in salt water. It doesn't mention anything about salt water, but salt water conducts. And you're not supposed to short the back out, the little pin in the round ring. And if it's in salt water, that could happen. This is fishing there. See the fish?
Oh, yeah.
It must be at least 3 or 4 foot deep. This is a water
Channel there, that's good.
Hey, hey, come on.
It's got
Nosy dog.
Come on.
So that's a good. Well, we can measure the string, but I'm sure it's at least 3 to 3.5 foot. I'm not going to leave it down there too long because my back's breaking holding it. So you can see how long that cordage is. And I say in the real world, if you drop a torch in water that's that deep and it's not clear, you're not getting it back basically. I put this torch, as you can see earlier, in a puddle. 3 inches. Once it clouds up, you can't see your torch. So still working. Just wet. This the water test is, you know, basically that is going to be fine. This is a big reservoir of water, really. Okay, I'm in the woods. It's pretty dark. I'm panning around. I've got no light on yet. Now I'm going to put on the 0.5 lumen. This will last up to 15 days continuously, this light. So I'm going to open my bag and show you what it's like to look into a rucksack with the lowest setting of the torch. So we're on 0.5 lumen. Trying to get the shadow of my own camera out. But that's easily doable, isn't it? For you to be rummaging in your bag. So I've got the hammock in there. And I'm on the lowest setting, don't forget. So I'm going to go up a mode now. And the mode I go up to will be the lowest of the main modes, which is 12 lumen, and it'll last for 33 hours, I think. I'm sure it is. This is this mode. That's the low setting. So imagine I want to put up a hammock strap. So easy. Let's go over to the tree. I'm on low still, don't forget. We haven't come off of low. So you've got your straps, your hands free, because obviously I'm holding a camera, so I'm not going to be able to do this because I've got it in my hand. But if I didn't have it in my hand, I'll be able to have two hands free, as you can see, wrapped around that tree, easy. So this is the lowest mode apart from moonlight. I'm going to have a look around now so you can see what I'm looking at. Just looking around the wood. I'm going to pump it up now to the next level, which is 60 lumen, and it'll last 4.5 hours. There it is. This is the medium level. That's what I call it, but it's got a level name. I call it medium because you've got low, medium, and high. Then turbo modes. There's a pit in front of me, so let's turn around this way. And now we'll boost it up to the 300 lumen, which will last an hour. So this is on 300 and it lasts an hour. I've got the torch attached to my peak and my cap. Just spinning around in the woods a bit. You can see quite far. I reckon I can see about, well, it says you can see 145 meters, and to be honest, yeah, you probably can. If something moved over there on the next levels, I'd easily see movement. So let's go into the first turbo mode. That's turbo 1. Have a little look around. These only last 1.5 minutes on turbo, then it reverts back to 300 lumen, and it'll last 55 minutes, the battery. So I'll go to turbo 2. That's the highest turbo mode. You can see everything. You just don't need to use this unless you really want to go into these turbos, because it'll kill your battery. This will last 1.5 minutes, then revert to 300, which is high, and it will whole battery after that's 50 minutes. But to be honest, the low mode, which I'm going to go back to now, it might not look great on the camera, but for working and doing stuff in the wood, 33 hours of battery. It's easy, isn't it? This is the sort of thing you'd wander around with. You don't want to be lit up like a Christmas tree when you're out doing the bushcraft. And then you've got a strobe mode. I mean, that is just to blind people, really. This doesn't have a SOS on it. It just has strobe, moonlight, low, medium, high, turbo, turbo 2. And then that's off. So this is how dark it is, you can see by camera. There's nothing really going on now. Low, medium, high, turbo, turbo 2. And then moonlight, you hold the button down for a second and it'll bring your moonlight on, which is on again now. So I'm on moonlight. I'm going to walk towards a tree. I don't know how much you're going to get of that. Yeah, you can pick it up. But this is good for wandering around camp at night when you just don't want to make a massive light. But I pointed at myself. There is a light there still, as you can see. But those trigger happy boys that just want to go on full power, you know, you're not gonna last long on it. So you don't really need it. But if it's, oh, this torch is really good. I really rate it, to be honest. For the size of it, it's amazing what it can do. And I'll tell you another thing it does, which is fantastic. You don't have a center spot. If you can see the ground, it's just one big spot. There's no center brightness, so it's eliminated that center brightness you get with a lot of these torches. They just, I don't know what the other Olights are like, but if they're like this, they must be fantastic, because this is a brilliant EDC torch. I've used it a lot, and when I say a lot, I use it even in the day. I used it to take the PC apart, have a look inside it. I've used it to look behind the washing machine. It's just in your pocket, so it comes out and it just does everything you need. So just keep it on you. And it, you know, I do bushcraft, but I cycle. I took it out for a bike ride the other day, and I was using it out when I was out. So it's great. It's a great backup torch as well. So if you run in another torch and then it runs out, this is something, it's in your pocket, so it's there all the time. So you can't go wrong. I don't know if I'm picking up all these noises. We've got owls. Yeah, we're getting all the animals out here now. It's night. This is a big pit. I do a bit of bushcraft there, if you've seen the other videos of mine. The thing about double turbo, it does get hot. You'll find the torch will heat up. It's nice to be in the woods at night though, and just listen to everything. So, the conclusion of the torch. Let's go to the conclusion. Okay, let's go over some points I probably missed. If I've missed any more that you think I should have covered, please leave a comment and ask me questions, because I probably haven't covered everything you might want to know. So let's have a look at the actual construction of the torch. It's made out of a 6061 T6 alloy, the same as the higher modern bike frames, push bike frames. The clip is stainless steel, and it's hard anodized. I think the whole torch or the clip, both of them. There's one thing I didn't show on the actual video, and that is if you hold the button down for 2 seconds, the light will come on and go out. Then when you press it again, it'll lock it. I don't think I can show you that, but it comes up as a little red semicircle inside the button. You see it through the black. I don't think you're going to see it. I'll try and show you that. It basically locks, and you can't get the torch to turn on, so it doesn't matter how many times you press it, it won't turn on. I don't think you'll see the colour though, not in the daylight. So it has got a lock feature. To release the lock, 2 seconds, and then the light will come back on, and you can use it as usual. So I forgot the lock section and what it's made of. The charger, I did explain this, that centre pin is sprung, so it will push down, so when it fits, it's the perfect fit on, if you could see that. The little bag will be good to put a little power brick in if you carry a power brick, a small one, so you can always got a charge. And the lanyard, it's got this adjustable clip on it, so you can have it to any size. You can put it around the wrist and then do the button up and it'll stay tight on you, or wherever you want to put it around. I probably won't use it myself, the lanyard, but I've still got it. It comes with a bent piece of wire, and that bent piece of wire is for you to push it through the hole, because it can be hard to get these through the hole when it's just a piece of thread, and that'll pull through quite well, so it's easy to do, which is quite a nice little feature. They give you that because they know it's difficult to put on. Right, so the conclusion then. The conclusion, what I think of this torch. First thing I want to say is, the filming I did in the dark, using it, it doesn't give you, a camera can't pick up what you can see. So on the lightest modes, the camera does not see it as bright as it actually is. It's a lot brighter on moonlight and on the low setting. So you could work and do a lot on the low setting. You could do everything you need to do. You don't need, unless you want to fire into the distance or light up anything, you don't need to go super high. That's what's good. And low is 33 hours of use. Obviously if you're out for one night, between low and medium, because medium is 4.5 hours, you'll be set. So you don't need to go super high. I've always said that about torches. Whatever torches people run at the moment, they don't always go super high because they know their batteries will die. So when I was out doing that filming, I was using this, and you were seeing me film with this, but when I was walking around in the woods to go in and out, I didn't want to run this battery down, so I didn't use it to get in and out. I used this torch, which is my bike torch, which is massive, and you'll be surprised. This doesn't give such a big circle and quality of light that the little one does. I'm not lying about that, that is true. This, when it's on, gives you a centre dot, and you've just got a sort of a light coming off it and a main centre spot. This doesn't do a centre spot. The whole thing is the light, and it's just the same, the whole thing. Now I'm wondering if that is because when you look at the lens on there, it is just flat. It's just a flat lens on this, and it's got like a traditional dish where the bulb is in, the Cree. When you look at this one, it's a dished lens with a bubble in the middle. I just hope that I'm getting this in a good angle. So it's a dish and it's got like a bulge in the middle. That probably eliminates the dot, because that's what I'm imagining does eliminate the dot, and you get an even spread of light. Because when you look into that dead on, you see the whole thing looks yellow, whereas you look into this, you just see the, I assume you just see the Cree, and that's what's coming out as the main power, where this is a diffuser, I imagine, and it's diffusing that centre dot around to the outside to give you an equal light, which is really good. I really like it. So my verdict, and the water test surprised me, to be honest. It has nothing that could really have a problem with water. Like I said on the video, though, seawater I'm not sure about, because it's got salt and you don't want to fuse them together and make them join, and salt water is a possibility. I don't know, because there's nothing mentioned on it. I really don't know about that. Would I want to use this as a diving torch? No, I wouldn't. I'd buy a diving torch. This is a EDC torch you'd keep in your pocket, or wherever you want to keep your items, a pouch if you've got a little pouch on your belt, and it is a brilliant torch. Fantastic torch. It's amazing, because I thought that this is going to be a lot better, because it's bigger, it's got 2 batteries in it, it's got 2 lenses on it, and I assumed it'd just be a better torch, so because it's bigger. But when I was doing it, I was walking around thinking, this is crap compared to this when in the woods. On a bike it gives you a spot and it goes down the road, that's what it's designed for. But as a walkabout and you want a nice open view, this is a lot better. And I was doing the PC, because I've got problems with my PC, it wasn't rendering my videos, that's why I haven't made any videos for a while. And I had it all apart and I stripped it down, took everything out, and I was just cleaning everything, and I was using this torch in there to check I'd got everything, because it's a bit, you know, you're in a case, it's hard to see. And this is a brilliant little torch. And what else I liked about it is I used to stick it on the case with a magnet. I could just leave it in there. I've got a whole lit up PC without having to hold it. Brilliant. And with the hat and the way it clips on, just shove it back on. That is so lightweight. It doesn't pull your hat down. It's perfect. And when you're in the woods, that is just, it's heaven, man. It's like a head torch. If you all know you use a head torch, I've got a head torch. You can't wear a head torch with one of these because it just doesn't come off the peak properly. You get a big shadow from the peak. But this pulls out from the peak, so yeah, it's brilliant. Really good. I never heard of Olight until I sent this, because I've been out of the bushcraft now for about, well, a few months. I've been doing other things, and apparently these are like a big rage now, I've been told by someone, because they are good, and they are good for the size of it. The first thing that popped into my head when I opened the box and saw how big this was Men in Black, when Will Smith went to get his gun and he got given that tiny little noisy cricket, and he was looking at it like, what's that going to do? Exactly like this. It's got power, a lot of power. Yeah, it made me laugh, but it's amazing. Look at it, it's tiny. Pocket torch, which has got the power and a better view than this one, and that weighs a ton. I tell you, this is probably a good 10 times more. This weighs nearly half a kilo. This weighs 54 grams. The noisy cricket. Brilliant little torch. And also, I don't know if I pointed it out, I don't think I did, every one's got a serial number on it. And when I opened it and did the unboxing, my box had a serial number on it, and it matches the torch, so they must be individually serial numbered. So if your friends have got one, or someone else, just write your number down, take a photo, and you'll know which one's yours. And they can't half-inch it off you and pretend it's theirs. Let's have a look at the battery, because I'm not sure, because I haven't had it out ever. You can buy these, I've seen them on their website. It's an RCR123A. I don't know if you're going to get a good image on that. It's difficult with this camera. I'll take a photo of it though. And that's the inside of the cap. But that is a completely water. It's got an O-ring on it. Don't know where you see that. There is an O-ring on there. That might have some grease on it. That thread. It looks like it might have. I find if you ever get any issues, you can always re-grease it with a little bit of. It's supposed to put a waterproof grease on, but a little bit of Vaseline works. Petroleum jelly. I don't know if you can see inside the torch, but there's not much in there. Just where the bulb, where the battery goes down to, and it goes in the other way around. So you've got your top piece at the back. So that's at the back, the top piece. Yeah. So my verdict on this, my conclusions are, this is impressive. I'm going to make this my everyday carry now. This will be my everyday go-to torch, and it'll probably take over from my head torch, because when I'm wearing one of these, this is perfect. The charge cable, if I didn't mention it, when you plug it in, this portion of it here, this little see-through piece goes green. When you put the torch to it, if it's not fully charged, it'll go red. And then once it charges and goes fully charged, it'll go back to green. But I've noticed if you don't take it off and you leave it, that light will go out. But if you pull it off, put it back on, it'll come back green. This has got a silicone rubber button on it, which is quite easy to push. I recommend this torch. This is a brilliant torch. I was shocked because I thought, now this is going to beat it just for me to walk about with. Then I started thinking, hang on, let me do a comparison between these two. I didn't film it because I couldn't. I was holding both torches in my hands, and this shocked me. Look, this is a lot better spread, and you can see everything clearly. Whereas this was like spot. You got some outer halo, but you have to turn the spot to what you want to look at. Whereas with this, you can look at everything in the beam. It shocked me really. These are good, very good lights. The S1R BATON from Olight. Like I say, if you've got any questions and you want to ask me anything, just drop a comment. I'll try and reply. I usually see what's going on within a day or so. But thanks for watching. I appreciate your viewing. And don't forget to hit the bell if you do subscribe so you don't miss anything in the future. I'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.